And welcome, this is ballerscuba with another vote video. Today we are going to be voting for what will replace Legend of Grimrock II in the weekend slot. I just actually finished that a little bit ago. We are going to go through this in alphabetical order. Once again, this is going to be on the weekend slot, so it's going to be a newer title, relatively shorter, at least shorter in terms of games that I play on my channel. We're going to go through this in alphabetical order so that I don't show any favoritism. We're going to start with the Banner Saga. The Banner Saga is an indie game, from what I understand at least. It is a strategy RPG, and if you're not familiar with that term, think Final Fantasy Tactics or XCOM or the Fire Emblem games, that kind of thing, where everything's kind of laid out on a board and you move your characters along the board before you have them do their move. So, if you guys are interested in seeing the Banner Saga, vote for it in the comment section below. Next on the list is Darkest Dungeon, another indie RPG. This one is more of a traditional turn-based RPG. I'm also told this is more of a roguelike than most of the things that I normally play, but the game itself told me that this game is difficult, and everything that happens is permanent. The game auto-saves, my characters will die, quests will be abandoned, and will be failed. This is all what the game told me when I booted up the game. So, if you guys want to see me suffer, apparently, go ahead and vote for Darkest Dungeon, and we can get this game underway. The next game on our list is FTL, another indie roguelike game, if you want to call it that, and by that I mean that things are kind of randomly generated and every game kind of goes its own way. This is much more of a spaceship simulator than an RPG. You have to manage a spaceship and try to keep everybody alive while bad things happen to you as you go forward. There are definitely some RPG elements to it, but it is much more of a management style than the other games. At least that's based on my impression. If you guys want to see me try to rescue my space crew constantly, vote for FTL in the comment section below. Next up is Ori and the Blind Forest. This is the definitive edition for those of you that care about that already. This is a completely different game to anything else that has been in the vote video to this point. This is much more of an atmospheric platformer. So if you guys are looking for a much more relaxed game, at least that's my impression. It could get difficult, and I'm anticipating it getting difficult, but it is much more of a calm game, at least at the start, as you can tell from the pleasant music and this very shiny screen. But if you guys are looking for something a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more exploratory, vote for Ori and the Blind Forest in the comment section below. Speaking of atmospheric games, let's talk about Outlast, which is next on our list. It's completely opposite from Ori and the Blind Forest, as far as I can tell. This is a horror game. This is a game in which I seemingly will be in an abandoned insane asylum. This has been on lists before. I still have really no idea what I'm getting into. It seems to be an insane asylum to me. I think it's abandoned, but there are lights on, so maybe it's not nearly as abandoned as it might seem. If you guys are looking for a horror game, and one that is, from all accounts, a good horror game, vote for Outlast in the comment section below. Next up is the Stanley Parable. I'm afraid that I don't have too much to say about this game because I have tried to stay as far away from any footage of it as I can, but from what I understand about the Stanley Parable, I will be kind of roaming around. It seems not necessarily to be kind of like a point and click, but think something like Portal, but without portals. I will be subjugated to the narration, which will constantly break the fourth wall, which will constantly be cracking jokes at me personally, and overall we will be having an interesting time. That's all that I've been able to discern from my limited exposure to the Stanley Parable. And this infinite computer screen thing is always something that weirds me out. But if you guys are interested in seeing a quirky title, vote for the Stanley Parable in the comment section below. And the final game on our list today is StrawBeds, cool game for attractive people. Episode 1, because that seems like a good place to start. But we'll go through all of the episodes should this win. This is a funny point-and-click adventure game made by Telltale Games. And the subject matter is StrawBed. This is StrawBed. This is him right here. He was probably the standout from this old Flash site. It is still around. You can still go see it, but it has been around for a long time. It was called, and is still called, HomestarRunner.com. This is Homestar right here. StrawBed became most people's favorite part of the site, so it's no surprise that StrawBed is the one that got a game made about him. You can hear his voice probably if I highlight one of these.
You game.
Well, that's Homestar.
Saveload.
So that's StrawBed.
Settings. Quit. Sneak a peek at the next episode.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But StrawBed was most widely known for his emails. The StrawBed emails kind of became a huge part of the site, kind of took over everything else that was going on the site, which was kind of really just supposed to be these small little sketches featuring these characters. But if you are familiar with StrawBed, you are a fan of his the way that I have been a fan of his for longer than I care to admit, vote for StrawBed's Cool Game for Attractive People, Episode 1, in the comments section below. And with that done, that is going to do it for this vote video. Remember, this will be going up very shortly. We will be replacing Legend of Grimrock II with this. So whatever wins, I hope you guys do look forward to it. I have been ballerscuba, and I'll see you in the next Let's Play.